your men can have love for the truckie. Beautiful minds, but we love getting ugly. Risk takers with a clover, man, we love getting lucky. You run, we chase fire, I love when it ducks me. Tones go off, house watch, read the address out. 1075, get up off the magic couch. 500 gallons prepared for the baddest drought. Who else you want on the way when disaster's out? Can't even get a little bit rattled when you enter with exit apparel. Mayday, member down, they'll drag you. You won't get this from every Tom, Dick, and Harry, but here's a view from the top floor with Mickey Farrell.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of A View from the Top Floor. I'm coming to you from Houston, Texas, in the hotel room where I'm at the Joey D. Memorial Training Seminar, the Lone Star Edition. We have a great lineup this weekend from the lectures to the hands-on, so I'm really excited to be a part of it. Again, on the road, trying to get you as much content as I can. So I did a post the other day talking about the inside versus the outside teams, and I truly believe that the effect of this comes down to timing, and everything on the fireground is timing. Time is a tool, and if you learn how to manipulate time on the fireground, you ultimately put yourself in a position to win. That's the space between, from the lower mind to the higher mind, logic and reason and fact. Everything we learn in the Fire Academy, and then when you operate the higher mind, elegance and grace, having animal-like instincts, and that space between is time. However, time is something that we don't really train on or even talk about, but we have to understand that there's an internal clock in every one of us on the fireground. So as a company officer, when you're doing your task of managing your men, gaining position on the fire, locating the fire, or searching for life on the floor above in the engine company, getting that line into position and getting water on the fire. But there's an internal clock. You're expecting your guys to have that internal clock ticking within that team, that flow state formula. That's so important. Every company officer has that clock going tick, 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 and you're expecting jobs to get done. You're expecting the OV to get to the rear. You're expecting the roofman to get a hole or to get the bulkhead. So all these things are being expected to happen. We have to be very careful when we can't accomplish our tasks or get into our positions, and then we don't have the humility to tell our officers why we're delayed. I can't stress enough, you're delayed for whatever reason getting into position. Let your officer know. That way he can pivot in the moment and kind of fill in that gap. So if you're the OV and you're delayed getting opposite that fire into the rear of the building per se, you have to let your officer know so we can pivot on the inside team and fill that gap. Again, the precision from the outside team will successfully give the inside team an advantage. The engine company, if we're delayed with the stress for whatever reason, you have to let everyone know that you're delayed for that stretch. Again, we don't want to ever be delayed in anything we do because we have to be synchronized. It's very important that we're synchronized, and when we're not, that's the first domino that falls, when we're not synchronized within the timing of a fire. You ever see like a symphony, and you have the conductor of the symphony, that's the incident commander, and he's just looking at different points of that musical piece, knowing that that's going to happen, this is about to happen, then that'll happen, and then we'll come together, and then it'll be a beautiful thing. The fireground is no different, and when one person drops the ball, it consecutively drops all the balls within the game. So again, important. I truly believe that humility is the forward progression of the fire service. I keep saying it, but that goes beyond individual humility. It comes down to team humility. So within that team, as an individual, if you make a mistake or you're delayed, please, please, please let your company officer know so we can fill in the gaps. If you're the roofman, you can't get to the roof, the second the roof will fill that gap. If you're the OV, you can't get to the rear, the roofman will get eyes on the rear and get that information out to the command staff level. So again, we're just filling in gaps, but we have to have the humility to understand that the outside team's position truly, truly, and directly is success for the inside team operating. All right, quick tidbit. I just want to talk about timing, position, humility, and understanding that the outside team's position successfully will give the inside team a winning edge. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Real quick episode for you. So big news coming. We'll be in the studio starting March 1st, so that's really exciting. A lot of cool things going to be coming out of that. I will let Jeremy talk to you about that, but just want to let you know that there's some cool things coming with the platform, with the podcast, and with National Fire Radio coming together. We're going to be operating 2 different channels under the same roof, bringing you a ton of content. It's going to be Monday through Friday, 7 days a week. They'll be constantly pumping out content for you from the studio. All right, big things coming. Thank you for the support. And if you're out on the road the next few weeks, hit me up. This coming weekend, I'll be at the Craft and Culture in Iowa. If you're there, come over and say hello. And then after that, we'll be in Southern Alabama for our hands-on training. That's an annual event we do. That's really, really good time. So if you're in Fairhope, please, please come up, say hello. You'll know where to find us.